Hello everyone, Timothy Defferbaugh here, Data Protection Specialist here in Oklahoma City for Dell EMC. And I have Seth once again.
Hi, Seth Novakovich, Data Protection Engineer here at Oklahoma City.
So we want to talk a little bit about the fourth pillar of our data domain appliance. We've talked about efficiency, we've talked about reliability, we've talked about flexibility, and now we're going to talk about something else that's dear to our hearts and really important to our customers moving into the future, and that's our cloud enablement. So our cloud capabilities built into our data domain system. So before I pass it to Seth, this is a simple whiteboard, simple illustration of what our customers are doing today when we speak to a lot of them. They have their server, they have their backup server, and they're writing to tape. They're sending that tape somewhere, just depends, but this is their version of long-term retention. Anything beyond sometimes 6 months, a year, even sooner than that for some. But Seth, it's my understanding, based on the conversations we have with our customers, that there's a better way to actually get this done, which is to have some kind of disaster recovery and long-term retention option for our customers. So tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So in this specific example, we see the customer is using tape. Tape has a perceived low cost because the cartridges are fairly inexpensive and they're fairly durable. So the idea is that tape is going to be a really inexpensive way to store your data. When you get into larger capacities, as we're seeing data grow and explode throughout the industry, the single tapes aren't really cutting it for a lot of our customers. So then you change from, oh, it's just a single tape to multiple tapes. And then you have to deal with storing it and archiving that and managing that as well. Also, if you do have to get something back, you have to go back to the tape to recover something from it. So even though it may be perceived as cost efficient, it's really not because of the limitations that it has with access and limitations that it has with deduplication and, once again, the number of tapes that you have to manage. So one of the ways that we're able to help alleviate that is when you implement data domain into the environment as a repository, you have a new functionality built into the data domain called CloudTier. All of this is defined by your policies and your backup, but if you have a 30-day or a 60-day or a year-long retention period that has to be on site, and then after that you want it to go somewhere else, there's a gateway inside the data domain that gives you cloud access to any object-based cloud storage. So we can leverage AWS, we can leverage VirtuStream, we can leverage Azure, and any of the major players in the industry that have object-based storage. What ends up happening with the data domain, it has its unique capabilities with deduplication. So when the data is written there and you get to your retention period and say you needed to go offsite after a year, you can leverage the data domain and get a chunk of your, oops, sorry, wrong color. You can get a chunk of your object-based storage and do this for long-term retention. You have a very inexpensive cost per gig when you get it to the cloud for your long-term retention, and you're leveraging the deduplication capabilities from the data domain. So not only is the capacity up here going to be inexpensive, but you're also getting deduplicated capacity up here. So it's not like you have to save a whole lot to the cloud. You're leveraging the things that make data domain unique in the industry for your long-term retention.
Awesome, awesome. So, really it sounds like, all of the four pillars that we discussed, this is really, efficiency with flexibility, and, obviously you have to tie reliability into this when you go to recover, mixed with our cloud-enabled capabilities that, our customers are benefiting from. Because of that efficiency, they're able to lower their cost to the cloud. So that's, that's great. Thank you, Seth. And of course, a lot of customers have questions around, cloud and our cloud capabilities, and even beyond this to DR, and we'll discuss that in further videos. But this is a great illustration. If you're on tape today and you want to look at a disk-based solution along with being able to utilize the cloud, we would love to speak with you in more detail about how we can help. So again, Timothy Defferbaugh here, Data Protection Specialist here in Oklahoma City, along with Seth Novakovich. If you have any further questions, let us know, and look forward to speaking with you soon.